I'm a social anxiety coach. In this quick live stream, I'm going to explain the key differences between feeling your emotions in a natural way, which leads to processing and release, and compare this with indulging in your emotions. So, firstly, the key difference is your intention. Indulging in your emotions. This is when you don't want to release them. It's when you're using the emotions as fuel to keep you in this loop, which reinforces the idea that you're a victim in your own reality, a victim of circumstances. Life is something that just happens to you. You're like a leaf drifting along with the currents, cattle being pushed about. And when you're in this state, even though it fuels the ego, it's highly disempowering. It makes you feel helpless because you feel that you have no control in life and no power to change things. So whenever you're indulging in emotions, which is where you have no intention to feel better about yourself, humanity, or actually do the inner work to grow and move forwards, to learn the lesson that life is telling you right now, no matter how hard that might be. You're taking away all your power and paralyzing yourself in fear. The problem with fueling the victim complex, as well as it taking away your power, it makes you difficult to be around as a person. If you're looking for sympathy from someone else, you're looking for another person to fill this void, you're leaning on somebody else, you're burdening other people with your problems. And it repels people and pushes them away. And finally, the victim complex is highly addictive. So addictive. If you go through a challenge in life and you switch into victim mode, it's a little bit like drinking to mask problems. It's not a good path to go down. And people get so addicted to talking about their own problems that they're not going to have the courage to truly change. If you tell them to stop talking about their problems, sucking you into their drama, they'll get withdrawal symptoms and go through cold turkey. Contrast this with feeling emotions in a natural way, processing them and releasing them. It's completely different. It's normal to feel the full range of human emotions. If you go through a breakup, you're going to go through a phase where you feel angry and sad. That's normal and that's okay. You're going to feel sad if you go through a grievance process. You're going to go through this whole spectrum of human experiences. But the big difference is that you take complete responsibility because no one else will. It's your life. You have to own your life, your story, your journey, and always move forwards no matter what. You have that choice. Sometimes people aren't willing to learn the lessons that life is telling them. Maybe you have a difficult boss. You hate going into work and you dread it because of this challenging person. But deep down, you know that you want to be doing something different for your career. If you complain about your difficult boss, but you're not willing to listen to your body and make that bold move of switching career, you're not taking full responsibility. There's always a way to change things, even if it requires patience and time. Even if you have to wait for the right opportunity or the right moment, there's a way to change things. Victimhood is like permanently accepting defeat, choosing to fail, and then blaming other people for this failure. People in victimhood, they always have a scapegoat. This might be another person, might be their parents, humanity as a whole. Nothing's safe really. And they externalize their problems. And in their mind, they tell themselves that it's the other people, the scapegoat, that are responsible for their challenges. It feels self-gratifying and self-justifying to go through these loops. But also, it takes away all your leadership skills, your personal leadership, and human power. Because you're telling yourself that I'm not able to change these things and I'm not responsible for my own life. You're disowning responsibility and blaming. You can change that mindset. Even if someone betrays you, you go through some hurt, there's a reason why you're feeling this way. Emotions aren't just random, there's a cause. And when there's a cause, when there's something out there causing you to feel a certain way, there's ways that you can change things. There is a response that you can make, a power move in your life to move forwards rather than backwards. Even if you just ask yourself, how can I move forwards in response to this challenge? And you do that, you're going to make progress in your life overall. A pattern that I'm working on in myself is being more organized. I'm fine when it comes to making sessions with clients, when it comes to turning up for events. Never been late for a single event, done around 50. But when it comes to things in my personal life, like an exercise class, I often leave it last minute and have to rush to make it on time. I've recognized this pattern in myself creeping in quite recently. I'm willing to be honest about it, and also I'm going to change it and make the progress, make the improvements, make the tweaks. So identifying the areas where you can grow is a great first step, awareness. Then talking about how you feel is hugely important as well. And if you've never experienced the benefits of doing this, being coached, something you can do which is similar is use ChatGPT as your personal therapist. Go on there and ask questions. Talk about how you're feeling. Get it all out there. And what tends to happen when you're truly talking with emotions, processing whatever's there, initially the emotions feel even more intense. And you might think, oh no, it's getting worse. But actually, this isn't true. Emotions are stored in your body, and when you relax, they get released. So as you're doing this, emotions are being released. Perhaps you're more aware of feelings and sensations in your body as well. And ultimately, after you've done this, a bit of time after, you'll feel lighter and you'll feel euphoric. Like a weight's been lifted off your chest. And storing these emotions and bottling them up does create a lot of tension in your body. And it's so much nicer to get them out there. And when you've done this, you'll have a sense of clarity. Then you can learn your lessons and take action moving forwards so that this experience makes you grow as a person rather than shrink. And in life, there's only ever two choices. Do you want to move forwards or do you want to move backwards? That's it. Do you want to grow? Do you want to shrink? And whatever you're going through, you can always choose growth. And if you do this consistently, you're actually increasing your future security. You're investing in your future self. And the payment will come. Greater well-being, greater life quality, less problems, less drama. So many payoffs and benefits that you get from always growing. So feeling and releasing emotions the natural way is all you need. You don't need to become hyper aware of your emotions. You don't need to sit there meditating, feeling how you're feeling. I used to do these things back in the day. But just allowing yourself to feel however you feel naturally is enough. Talking to people when things are bothering you. And if you can't talk to a person, then you can talk to ChatGPT. Gaining that clarity and finding a way to move forwards in response to this current challenge. Do that. Resist the temptation to indulge. Resist the temptation to think in a way that's going to make you feel worse. The more you talk about problems that you're not solving, problems that you might not be able to solve right now, things that might require time to change, the more you're keeping those problems alive, you're fueling that cycle. And recognizing that there's some things in your life that you just can't control can be so freeing. I'll give you an example that springs to mind from my coaching experience. While I can help people get more confident with people and improve their life, there's things that I can't guarantee. I can't guarantee someone will meet their life partner, will find a relationship, because this is beyond control. And if someone puts that kind of pressure on themselves and they have goals like, I need to meet somebody by this date, that might not happen and might lead to lots of frustration. It's not healthy, not a good way of doing things. But if instead that same person said, "Do you know what? I'm going to focus on getting more confident with people, growing as a person, and improving my life and increasing my chances," that's a lot healthier. So often, the quality of the goals and the place they come from can really help out with this. You don't want to put yourself on a journey which may end up feeding that victim complex. Personal growth is a lifelong journey. There's things that you can't guarantee, but there is progress you can make. Focusing on what you can do rather than what you can't do. Taking in the small wins and always moving forwards. This will make you feel a lot happier, a lot lighter, and you're going to travel a lot further as well. My YouTube channel is not about giving you a quick hack, a get rich quick scheme. It's no BS. Real transformation in life and results do take time, and you do have to be patient. You have to be okay with putting the work in and waiting. This is real life. And the great thing is, you don't have to wait for a crazy amount of time to get good results. You can change yourself and your life in 6 months to 2 years of full commitment and hard work. You can flip the scripts. You might not believe me when I tell you that in high school, for a couple of years, I had selective mutism, meaning I would only speak 1 to 2 words out loud per day. But that's true. Couldn't speak to anybody in college. Didn't make a single friend. Had no social skills whatsoever when I began university. People will struggle to believe that I used to be like that. And of course, things are massively different now. So that transformation is completely possible. What it took me, to be honest, was investing in regular coaching for several years to really make the changes that I had to make, to not avoid fear, to do the things that deep down I always knew that I had to do. It required help and support from the right person. And before that, I tried so many things. And I definitely got some results, definitely made a decent amount of progress. But 2 years of full commitment and receiving quality mentorship, that's what I really needed to catalyze my own transformation and change things drastically. And if you're looking to go down the coaching route, you want to try it out and see if it's helpful for you. The way I do my sessions is either it's one-to-one over coffee or one-to-one via a video call. We can focus on goal setting, motivation, accountability, facing fear, developing social skills, managing anxiety, so much stuff. If you're interested in this service, drop me an email letting me know what your challenges are and what you're looking for help with. And if it's something that fits with what I provide, I will for sure be in touch and look forward to meeting you. I appreciate that it can be a scary leap to make. Not easy to admit that you could do with help and support to overcome your challenges. Wasn't easy for me to admit that to myself when I received coaching. But when I did, it helped me out a lot. Just honesty and knowing that it's okay to need help and support at times. So if this is something you're looking for, get in touch with me. Until next time, hope you have an ace rest of your evening.